Good afternoon. This is Michael Everreef. I'm here at Starbucks at the corner of. Should have checked this out before I got here. Oh, Lenora and Second, I think it is. And I was just walking through town, side of town, and had a rush of memories come back to me, like, oh, like you wouldn't believe. And I practically grew up here in Seattle. I was as a child. I lived here, went to school, and then I was around 8 or 9 years old, I guess. I was at Bandcamp, went to music school, and our job was it was a work study program. We had to walk up and down the fort and report to one of the managers of the bus company, I think, any unusual stuff going on. He would just pull up out of the clear blue. Well, at night, they would lock us in the room because they used to have this thing here where they bring in all the craziest, psychoest looking people from everywhere. And they'd lock them in like the warehouses here in Seattle. And they were sifting through who was welcome back in the U.S., who they were going to ship back out. Well, they gave me a guitar to play. And I had a punk rock album. And that's how I graduated, paid for Academy. I had to play my guitar and turn up the music, and I had to like put them under my spell, my guitar playing. And I had an album. They said it sold over 300,000 copies, and that's how I paid for the Academy. And a couple years later, they asked me the name of it, and I called it the Belltown Blitz by Bandcamp. And I think there was another singer though before me that had a song called Belltown Blitz, but the Bandcamp part was part of us. And then I think I met the Dead Kennedys one night at one of the places, and they said they'd be taking over from here on out. And I think it was around 1981, 1982, somewhere around there. And it was really great being back here, like remembering that, because everything was cool. It was kosher. I mean, I don't remember anything real tragic or anything going on. I got beat up a little bit a couple times, though. I mean, some of them guys, when they figured out what was going on, they could get real mean. But you know, they had security, police around, everything. It was all, you know, it's a shifting, you know, who can stay, who can go, you know, because everybody gets all hyped up to board the big ship. And then furthermore, later on in life, I got part of my training to complete my naval training is I had to be part of a crew to retake an aircraft carrier that was in port, and I had to fight all the way to the bridge and subdue the admiral and the crew. And the guys would come rushing in after I like punch one of them, or because I didn't have a gun, I was only allowed to punch them and push them and yell at them and stuff. So I took the bridge, and then I collapsed when they said the bridge was secure, and that was the completion of my training for that, for Coast Guard retaking an aircraft carrier. You know, and then I had to leave that program and go into Marshall College, and that's what I did. So the Army, I worked with the Army a lot. And it was traveling around the world, playing music, saying prayers for the dead mostly. Some fist fighting, but everybody's got a gun when you go overseas, just about. So that was what I did. And it's been a long since I remember that. I've been clobbered so many times, and they wanted me to be so many people. Like I was a punk rocker here. I literally had long hair, was punk rock looking, and you know, I just cruise around here. Then they wanted me to be a businessman. I was a businessman for a while. And then I had all these jobs. They wanted me thoroughly trained and everything. So now I'm a minister. I'm on Social Security. I don't get very much money, but I get a lot of respect, which is important, a lot of love from people, and I really appreciate that. It's not trouble-free life, whatever you think. But that's the way it goes. And there's this awesome poster behind me. Some classic cars. That was my second grade presentation in school. I got a calendar with a bunch of classic cars on it, and then I wrote an essay about Kennedy. I was at Barney Ford Elementary on 55th Avenue in Denver, Colorado, when I was 9 years old, when I wasn't here in Seattle. Anyway, thanks a million. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day, everybody.